We're back here on the Coaches Show, and it's brought to you by Ideas Tees, who'll be happy to help you fulfill all of your imprinted apparel, embroidery, and advertising specialty needs. Find out more at ideastees.com. Time to talk some Eagleville boys basketball. The Eagleville boys sit at 24-0, and the district tournament brackets are out, but we're still kind of dealing with some district games and makeup games from the Ice Storm, and Davy McClaran is here. And Davy, first of all, good morning to you. It's been a good time to be an Eagleville Eagle, it sounds.
Yes, sir. A lot of exciting times going on in Eagleville right now.
Yeah. Well, a lot of it surrounding this boys basketball team, and you're going to go into the District 10A tournament as the number one seed. We're going to talk about that here in just a second, but this game with Santa Fe tonight, tell me a little bit about it. Apparently, it doesn't really affect the tournament seeding at all.
No, it'll finish up our schedule. The seedings are already set in place, but it's a district game that we just have to make up just so that we have a complete schedule. It's one of those emotional games. They're the ones that put us out last year. We played their place earlier this year. Credit to them, we didn't play great, and when you want a little bit of revenge on the team that put you out, you play with emotions more than you play with your head, and it was more of an emotional game. So I think that part's past us now, and we'll just go to work tonight.
You've been able to do some things at Eagleville, and gosh, you've had some really good teams in your tenure there. There have been really good teams in the past at Eagleville, of course. But I think tonight, if you complete this game in the regular season, you'll be able to do something that no other team has done. So, but that's just one of the many things I think this team has desired to write in the history books of Eagleville.
Yeah, I mean, it's obviously something that is a special moment for these guys and the program. And I know, a lot of people say, well, it really means nothing, but it does. They've worked hard for this point, and it's something that, they can look back one day and if we close the deal out tonight, and, it's very rare that you have a season where you're undefeated in the regular season, and you hope that all that just, boils over into the tournament time. But, as far as these guys, they've worked hard to get to this point, and it has been a very special season with some big wins. And we're just leaning on all of that experience from this season, tough games and everything, to push us through the tournament as well.
There is one thing about that. When the regular season is over and on the 20th, when you play your first postseason game, I don't want to say that first half or that milestone doesn't matter, but you can't really dwell on it, or that'll be all you can dwell on.
Yeah, I mean, it's over with after tonight, and it's not something that I don't think we've even talked about at one time all year. We've just taken the approach, and I know I've said this, and it just becomes repetitive, but we just try to be the best team in that gym that night, whether it's a 1-point win or double-digit win. We're just trying to go in there and establish, our play, and we've been able to do that so far this year. And we got a huge bullseye on our back, and we're gonna see a lot of good games from opponents, not just because they're either district opponents, but because people want to use it as a measuring stick and see where they are at. And so we get a lot of really good team efforts against us.
It's so easy, I think, for maybe even us. We try to be a little more level-headed, but fans, different folks. I'm sure you've talked to thousands of people, and you probably take that comment, internalize it, and don't really say a lot. But there's this tendency to want to get ahead of our skis a little bit. Let's talk about what's 2 tournaments away, or what may be March away. You know what I mean? And
absolutely.
I'm sure you fielded a lot of that.
I mean, people they wish for the best. They're excited about the season, and you can't want something so bad. You got to go out and earn it. So, we got a lot of people that have high expectations, and these are 16, 17, 18-year-old kids that are giving it their best every night, and some nights we're like everybody else. We've just been lucky enough to come out on top. But, we've had some nights where we haven't played exceptionally great, and luckily we have a deep bench, and we've got a lot of guys that pick each other up. But, winning can make you soft, and that can go for not only the team but people out in the stands. They get accustomed to winning. They think, well, you're gonna win them all, and why didn't you play good, or you're gonna win the state, or things like that. And you start putting these pressures on these kids, and the program. And we just try to stay level headed. Like, we just want you to play your best, your hardest. It's hard to beat a team that doesn't quit. And we try to take the focus off of winning and just the focus on execution and just being in the right spot and just playing the right way. And it's worked so far. Of course, tournament time brings on a different pressure. And we'll see. I mean, they've responded to everything so far.
We're talking with Davy McClaran this morning, the head coach of the Eagleville boys basketball team. Just sitting here listening to you talk about this team and the pressure and all these guys, and this has been a couple of months ago now, obviously, but watching them in warm-ups and just, they look like they're having a lot of fun. And, when you can have success and have fun at the same time, it just really doesn't seem like that pressure gets to this group. Do you see that as the coach?
Yeah, they played a lot of ball games together. I think their overall record to this point is 90-20 as a senior group.
Wow.
They've won a lot of games. They know each other. They really are. They've really taken on the kind of the family culture. They care for one another. They want to see each other succeed. They're probably playing more unselfish this year than they have in all 4 years that they've played together. And that's kind of been a testament of our success is they celebrate each other's successes. And like going into that, we've got 2 milestones that'll happen tonight, or one that's already happened. Camden Cole was announced a Mr. Basketball finalist, which is the second in program history. And the guys, that's a great individual honor, but it also comes as a team honor too, because his teammates have allowed him and helped him put himself in a position to use his skills. And
how many assists have there been to get him a basket?
Exactly. Deferred shots and assists and things to give him that opportunity. And then also James Biga, he'll score his 1,000th point tonight. And so those, are 2 high honor individual accomplishments. But again, you have a lot of people on the team that are, just like you said, giving assists, deferring shots, setting good screens, making it possible for each individual to play at their highest level. So I think that's what you get out of this team this year is when you come to watch them. They are very unselfish, and they genuinely care for one another. They cheer each other on the bench. They have each other's back, and that's why I think they have a lot of fun. And even when the going gets tough, we've played some really tough competition. Some games that have been tough. You don't see the fall off with the support, and you don't see the finger pointing and the blaming. So a lot of maturity has gone into this group, and I hope that we can continue to play that way. Like I said, tournament time has a way of interfering with mine, and you start thinking goals, and you could start thinking worst case scenario. But I don't think this team has showed any signs of that so far.
Yeah. You said something way back in the day in November when we had the basketball media day, and I thought, wow, I've never heard a coach say that this early on, but you knew, and you were 1,000% right about it being kind of a down season for most of the other district teams, all the other district teams, to be quite honest with you, and so you've had to strike a balance, but you've also been able to get other guys in and get them some experience that I think could really pay off big for you. I mean, I'm looking at, like Jackson Nichols, 13 points on February the 5th in the win over Cullioca, Drake Goers, so some of the names that, just keep climbing up there and have some experience that you're going to need now and in the future too.
Yeah, I mean, just talk about Jackson for a second. I think the first time we played Mount Pleasant, he had maybe 27 points, and the second time we played him, I think he may have had 2. And it wasn't the lack of or because the team focused on him and boxed him, won him, or shut him down. It was just because you had other people that were shooting the ball well, and other people were scoring in different spots. And so again, there's a player who could have walked in the gym and said, "Oh, I had a big game against him last time. I'm going to go for 30 plus this game," and that's not the mindset at all. It's "Oh, this player's hot tonight. I'm going to make sure the ball gets to his hands," and that's just where we are. And like you said, last night Micah Severi had 17 points last night, and the guys just kept finding him. He was 3 for 3 and from threes in the second quarter, and I mean they couldn't get the ball to him quick enough, and they wanted to see him score. So, we got a lot of kids that just enjoy watching their teammates play at a high level and have a good night, and they support them.
Well, Coach, for me, I get, meet people in town or whatnot, and, they know that I've been doing high school basketball seeming forever. And so the question comes up, who's got the best team? Or who should I go see? And one of the things that I've told them this year is that you need to get out to Eagleville and see this basketball team play. And for those who want to be able to do that, the district tournament after today with Santa Fe. And what time are those games today, by the way?
The girls start at 4:00, so the boys will be around 5:30.
Okay. So that's today, and then that winds up your regular season, and then district tournament, which is at Cullioca, and you've got the number 1 seed. Tournament starts, I guess, next week, right?
It does. The 4-5 playing game will be on the 17th, and then the girls will play the 19th. The boys will play the 20th in the semifinal games, and then the finals, the girls will play on the 23rd, and the boys will play on the 24th. And then once that tournament has ended, the region will be Eagleville will host the region.
Well, that's good news. So make the trip to Cullioca to see Eagleville girls and boys. I know we talked to Chris last week, but congratulations to the Eagleville girls on finishing the number 1 seed in the district, winning the regular season, which I don't know if Chris found this out or not, but I believe that may be Eagleville girls' first regular season district championship. So,
in a while, he said something about that last night, and couldn't get off the air without making a little shout out to our JV. Our district did a JV tournament this year for the first time, and our JV boys won the tournament as well. So I'm very proud of what's coming up as well. So I know the focus is on these seniors and juniors, but there's a lot of potential and a lot of excitement about what's coming up behind these guys too. So and I think they got to showcase that this year a lot in JV. And so as excited as we are about this year, there's a lot to be thankful for what's coming up as well. It
does have to make you smile when you think about that. You're in the now a lot, but when you see those JV guys succeed, that also has to just kind of make you feel pretty good inside about. I mean, you're a coach at heart. You want to coach and have successful teams and good teams, and I think you've kind of built this program, which was what you wanted to do when you were first brought into Eagleville.
Yeah, and you when you're from here, you have a lot of inward pressure that you put on yourself because this place was so special growing up and watching it as you're walking the halls as a elementary kid, and then you get the chance to play, and then you leave and you get to come back and coach, and so this very special place, and not only for me but our assistants as well, and Coach Bo Tollett, he played here, and so did Coach Chris Ellis, but Coach Bo, he coached that JV all year, and I mean, he did a fabulous job. So couldn't do all this without saying something about our assistants as well. They're completely locked in, and they have just as much of their fingerprint on this program as I do. So it's a total team effort from coaches and players at all levels. So just real excited where we're at right now, and just hope that we can keep going.
Well, I remember doing one of Bo's elementary games, and his shorts were like at his ankles. He was so small. So, that's been a minute, but, that's how far back I go, too. So that's what makes it fun. Davy, good catching up with you, and we're going to continue to follow the Eagleville bus wherever the bus drives, and we look forward to hopefully catching up with you here in a couple of weeks.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Davy McClaran joining us here on the Coaches Show, brought to you by Craig's Tax Service, specializing in personal and business tax preparation, financials, and bookkeeping services. Find out more at craigstaxservice.com.